you, my African people, you realize that our lives are sort of fights as opposed to journeys, Life is supposed to be a journey. Life is exciting. Life is fantastic. Life comprises of these ups. Sometimes we feel like we are on cloud 9. We are so up there, and sometimes we are down. And sometimes life is just flat, just plain. So if life is supposed to be journey with all these exciting and fascinating things, ups, downs, and all this, then why do we African people always seem to be in a fight? Our lives are comprised of fights. We're always fighting about something. I remember as a young girl, growing up, I felt so badly when I read news or heard news about wife battery or child abuse, women abuse, and gender inequality. And mostly, I remember I hated male chauvinism. I always see it clearly, even now when I hear that word. It comes alive again. It comes alive again, like I was really into this fight even as a young girl, who obviously could not do much except to hate those of our opposite sex. I even recall working extremely hard during exams time so I could beat the boys in my class, That is the only way I knew how to beat this ill, strange feeling that I had inside of me about gender inequality. Anyways, my point for today is this. We get distracted with such issues in Africa. I mean, they're important issues to talk about, but is this what our fight really is about? Is this what our fight is against? I think according to our situations and the challenges we face in Africa, then gender inequality, homosexuality, politics, environmental pollutions, or domestic violence, they are just sideshows, but our main concern, or what we should be mostly concerned about, is financial freedom, which you don't hear mostly people talking about. In most of our societies, we'll be talking about gender inequality, or even in the parliaments where our leaders meet, they will be talking about bills, about marriage issues, or such issues, which for me, I think these are just sideshows. They are not our real issues of concern. Our real issues of concern here in Africa as a whole continent, as a matter of fact, it's financial freedom. I want to make myself clear here that all these are issues. There are challenges that our societies face, but these are not, they shouldn't take much of our time or our God-given talents and abilities. They shouldn't take all that, our brilliance, to figure it out, how to deal with gender inequality. No, it shouldn't be like this. Our God-given talents and abilities and our brilliance to solve issues should be put in financial freedom. If, let's say, women feel oppressed in a community, then it is because they feel that they don't produce much to that given society. As a matter of fact, it is because they feel that they are not fully economically productive. That's why they need maybe that man, let's say the husband or the father or their brother, to congratulate them or to make them feel like they are part of like they are unequal in the society. Whereas that wife, if or that woman can be wholly and fully economically productive, then that woman doesn't need that. She doesn't need her husband or her brother or her father to make her feel as an equal in the family, which is the basic unit of our societies. She doesn't need all that. But where can she get this financial freedom from? Where can we all get it from? Let's not just put it on the woman. Let's put it on everyone in our societies. Where can we get financial freedom from? We Africans mostly depend on our governments and someone or a so-and-so to bring financial freedom or resources to us, financial education, or to give us money to take up a project or to do something, but how can we expect governments or our own governments to help us and to give us this financial freedom or financial whatever we need to propel in our lives? How can we expect our governments to give this to us, whereas themselves they are borrowing? Our governments, if I think all, let's just say most of our governments, if not all, they are all in debt. They are all borrowing from foreigners or from other countries so as to take up any projects that they have or that they wish to take up, to undertake any little project that they need to undertake in their countries. So where can we get this financial freedom from? As citizens, what can we do to educate ourselves and get ourselves off of this rat race? Is it by keeping up with new fashions? Is it by keeping up with new trends in the streets? Which one is it? Can we as Africans be entrusted to carry out projects diligently and honestly? Honestly, and see it through to the end without expecting anything and without being lazy? Not until we learn that all these bad things and problems we are facing today are as a result of our own thinking. Our own minds have created what we are experiencing today. Take charge of our lives. Let's all take charge of our lives, African people. Let's sit down and think about how a Chinese man or a foreigner in their own country is going to make a machine, going to make products and all that, but we are sitting down in our countries and waiting for them to make those machines so that we can import them to our countries. How come Africa, we are just importing things? What is being exported from our countries? Were we created by our Creator just to be consumers? Were we not the chosen people of the universe? Are we not the ones who are supposed to produce for the whole world? Are we not supposed to be the producers, or for us, we just reproduce? Anyways, we see, we blacks, we just want to sit down and wait for that African woman just sitting down and watching movies, or just not engaging in any economically beneficial activity. Just sit down, watch soap operas, watch movies, watch some hyped up drama series or whatever. But what can you do about your life? I guess you can make tutorials, or you can volunteer in your local society or your local community, and maybe you can teach kids some songs, you can teach them ABCD, you can do something constructive with your life. All these movies and the soap operas we love watching, we African women, these people are paid to do this kind of shit, you understand? Anyways, viewers, I just felt like that today we should have a little heart-to-heart session with you people, so you could understand why financial freedom is very vital in our eradication of poverty in Africa. Without learning about this most critical aspect of life, we will remain poor as a continent. But if we master this fact that no one is coming from outside to help us, then we can all tap into our inner infinite creative power and do the unthinkable. Thank you. Subscribe, like, and share with your friends. See you next time. Bye-bye.